Has truly been a season to remember for Texas Tech, number 5 in the country, and the calls are clear. Jacob Rodriguez for Heisman, they put him in last week. He gets the offensive touchdown, but this defense with David Bailey and Height and Rodriguez has been dominant. The stop rate, the fumble recoveries, the forced fumbles, Jacob Rodriguez has been leading the way, and we are honored to have him join us now in an off week. Jacob Rodriguez from Texas Tech. We are digging it.
Yes.
I'm going to let Victor Cruz lead us off. What do you got for JR?
All right, Jacob, man. First of all, thanks again for joining us on the show and your off week. Hope you're healing up, getting the hot tub, cold tub, all the amenities. I have a question for you. You are a high school quarterback. How much do you feel like that helps you from reading defenses to leading defenses on the defensive side of the ball in terms of reading schematics? How do you feel like that helps you as being a linebacker?
Yeah, I think I have a huge advantage. I think being able to break down the opponent early in the week and then kind of just know, situationally where offense might want to attack, whether it's, what defense we're in, and trying to help cheat coverage a little bit to put us in the best spot or, where they want to attack the grass. I think it definitely gives me an advantage.
Jacob, Champ Bailey here. Man, great season. I mean, great career up to this point. Now, you were a dominant high school quarterback, recruited as a quarterback, you went to Virginia as a quarterback, but here, now you're at Texas Tech as a linebacker. Now, were you recruited as a linebacker, or how did you make that transition? Kind of tell me a little bit about that story.
Yeah, it was great. Coming out of high school, I played quarterback, and that's all I thought I was. But I was getting offers as a linebacker as well. And I know when Coach McGuire was at Baylor, he had offered me as a linebacker, and so that's kind of how I got in touch with him before I got to college. But I thought that I had that quarterback in me. But yeah, I'm glad I made the switch.
Jacob, what's up, man? Takeo Spikes here. We finally got another linebacker on the show, man. So thank you for coming on.
Sure.
All right, I got to ask you.
It's been a pleasure.
Okay. I got to ask you this. Well, I'm going to give you this comment. When I look at your game, I look at comps, and the comps that I see in the NFL are Fred Warner from the San Francisco 49ers. His ability to be able to diagnose plays pre-snap. I want to ask you about that, and what's your thought process when you go up against a lot of teams that runs a lot of RPO, run-pass options? What are your thought process before the snap versus post-snap?
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with film prep and just getting ready. A lot of teams and offenses are universal, and there's some tells week to week that you're either getting run or pass pre-snap. And so when you can identify that from film study, you have a chance at being successful a little bit higher. So just going in and trying to defend everything we can. But, when you find something on film and you see it on the field, that's a great feeling.
Jake, I got one more question to ask you. Here at TNT, we talk, and what makes us so special, we feel as if we're talking amongst each other in the locker room. So my next question is to you is this. How bad or how important is it for you to get that invite to New York City to be a finalist for the Heisman?
I mean, it means a lot. It means a lot, but I would trade everything for a Big 12 championship and a run in the college football playoff. With this team we got and the guys we have in the locker room, I just can't wait to see what we do in a couple of weeks.
And that's what we like about you, Jacob. You're not in here about the solo accolades, and I am not going to ask you a question. And because you're so humble and you're not going to go out there and talk about how you deserve an invite, I don't have a question. In fact, I have a speech because I think you've earned it. My fellow Americans, we find ourselves once again at the crossroads of justice and tradition, where the hearts of linebackers often get overshadowed by the arms of quarterbacks, and I've had enough, where touchdowns are glorified and tackles are forgotten. But not this year, not on our watch, because deep in West Texas, in the red dust and relentless heat, a defender has risen, and his name is Jacob Rodriguez. I'm talking 7 forced fumbles. I'm talking 4 interceptions. I'm talking 2 touchdowns, 1 on either side of the ball. He is the engine of a top 5 defense, the soul of a 10-1 team, and he's doing it all, my friends, all with a mustache given to him by the gods. It is time to honor grit over glamour. It is time to honor hits over highlights and send a message to every kid from California to New York with eye black and a dream. I ask you today to send the stash. Send Jacob Rodriguez to a New York City as a Heisman finalist. And Jacob, I want you to know that I do not stand alone in this belief. In fact, this message, your mustache, is a true moment. And we here at TNT are sending you in our hearts and our minds to New York City. So while you may be humble, we will be the spokesperson for your journey. And America, I ask you, for linebackers like Takeo Spikes, for those that never had the chance, send Jacob Rodriguez to New York City. Come on now! Send him to New York City, baby! Send the stash! Jacob, I hope it's okay we took those liberties.